Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Execution Amid YouTube Sports TV, where we give analysis on the trending sports news that are making headlines. Yesterday, in the game that was played at Old Trafford, that is Manchester United when it was taking on, that is Bayern Munich, the game ended in a bizarre way in that Manchester United hopes of a European competition were cut short, and that means that Coach Erik ten Hag's job is now under doubt, that in case he is further beaten, that is in the weekend Premier League game, he may end up being sacked, because ever since for many years, we have never seen Manchester United failing to go out of the group stages, and even beyond that, failing to qualify even to the Europa League games, and even being last in the group. But it is in this campaign that out of the 6 UEFA Champions League games played so far in this campaign for Manchester United, a team that had a brilliant performance last year in the Premier League games, where it finished third behind, that is Arsenal and Manchester City, hoping that maybe it will try to improve on its European aspiration. This time around, things did not go well on their side, that amongst the 6 games that are being played, that is in the UEFA group competitions, Manchester United, for a record-wise, only managed to get 1 win. That was 1-0 away at home when it beat Copenhagen 1-0, and even it wasn't all that convincing, because Copenhagen last got a penalty that was saved by goalkeeper Andre Onana, and it also managed 1 draw. That means in the entire campaign, out of 18 points that are being searched for, Manchester United only finished with 4 points. It had never happened before, that is in this their UEFA Champions League qualifications, or for their presentation for England, that is in the UEFA Champions League competition. But it is under the stewardship of Erik ten Hag that such history has been broken, and his job now is under doubt. We don't know whether he will continue being, that is, the Manchester United coach for this entire season, or management of the Glazers and Sir Ratcliffe may make some amendments towards the due course of this season, and they bring in somebody else to replace, that is, Erik ten Hag. However, yesterday in the game that was played at Old Trafford, you can really feel out that Manchester United was really a primary school team that was taking over a university student, that you can really feel out that Manchester United were so below standard, that even in the game where Copenhagen managed to beat, that is Galatasaray, and hoped for round of 16, if at all Manchester United had managed a draw or even a win, they would have qualified for Europa, but their performances on the day were not quite well to guarantee them opportunity, that is in the round of 16. Boys like Alejandro Garnacho were not all that very active. Bruno Fernandes, Maguire had some injury, Andre Onana, and even the entire team star players like McTominay on that day, which was yesterday, their performance was not all that well. I remember earlier on, they were being thumped, that is by Bournemouth, that is 3-0. Bournemouth, where it got its first win, that is at Old Trafford, ever since it started its football generation. So they are being beaten, that is back-to-back games, that is at Old Trafford, earlier on 3-0, and then even recently 1-0 by Bayern Munich. But it's also at Old Trafford where they had gotten some convincing win against Chelsea when they managed to beat it 2-1. And we hoped that with such a performance against Chelsea, maybe Manchester United are bouncing back. But I hope it was just a fluke of a result against Chelsea, who are also struggling domestically, that is in the English Premier League. But Manchester United yesterday were so low below standards. We hope maybe if at all they make some recruitments more so in the midfield and even in the striking force. I remember star player, that is last month's and the signing from Atalanta, is amongst the top scorers with 5 goals in the UEFA Champions League. However, domestically he hasn't scored any goal. He lacks speed, that is more so from the midfield and the wings. So his presence on the pitch is not well felt. So in case Manchester United is to bounce back to winning ways, they need to sign another impactful midfielder who can make assists, who can score, who can dribble, who can think about the presence of a striker, not players like Bruno Fernandes who are eager to score for themselves and they spare less time to create for the striker. That's what is at Manchester United. Current as the sports encyclopedia, I dig deep on the whereabouts of Manchester United right now. But currently, I hope they have come back to compete only in the FA Cup that will be starting. That is way back in January. And even the English Premier League. Earlier on, remember, they were thumped 3-0. That is by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. So, domestically, out of the 3 trophies, they are only in two trophies. And in the league, they are not all that doing well. We hope maybe if some reinforcement is done, either by bringing in a new manager or adding in more additional players, maybe the team can bounce back to winning ways. I'm Zexon Amido, the Sports Encyclopedia.